here we go. It's so warm in here and it's cold here.
Difference.
I need to have a fan that blows here. Now we can see we have the channels that we have done. Drums, basses, we have the auto lines, everything here. I just wanted to show you they're here and we can go and hide them to the background because we are using the ones that we have done. Hide. And now I have the session here that we have done like we saw. And at this point I have a template that is evolving all the time. I'm putting more stuff to it. But at one point I noticed that I'm doing the same stuff all over again, all the time. I'm doing the same groups, I'm doing the same reverbs. So I started to put them down and started to make a template for me that I don't need to do it every time. And now it's evolved with stuff that I bring in is first we have a bass drum trigger 1, bass drum trigger 2. So basically I have the clear mic, the near mic without reverb and stuff, and then I have the ambience mic or overhead mic. Then I have a bass group, bass drum group. Next I bring snare trigger 1 and snare trigger 2. The first snare trigger is the near mic and the second one is the ambience or overhead mics. Then I have a snare mic group. Then I bring tone reverb. I bring drum reverb 1, 2, 3, drum distortion, drum parallel compressor, and bass, drum group. Those are the drum things I bring to the from the template. Then I bring bass group, and I also bring pre-made bass channel where I have plugins that I use in the bass guitar. I can just copy them over and kill it. Same thing, guitar, I have a guitar no, this is what I've done. No, this is not in my template. This is a delay of some sort. Let's see what it's there. I have a guitar stereo aux that I bring to the table. I have a guitar slap 1 that has Telray delay slap in it. Then I have guitar reverb that has FK250 digital blade wide 1.5 1.17 seconds small guitar hole. That's what I bring always. It's the VSC Slate plugin, and the Telray plugin is of its own. Then I bring a flanger. So I have a flanger that I bring in, and I have put the lo-fi also here. That's not usually there, I wouldn't imagine. Then I have another slab, what is the repeater from Slates, and it's CLA-ish tape slab. I also bring guitar compressor, guitar, another EQ widening thing, and guitar bass. So every drum goes through a bass or compressor and bass. Sometimes I throw the compressor straight to the band bass or through a drum bass and into the band bass. It changes time to time. Then I have bass bass, guitar bass, keyboards. I have a keyboard stereo, EQ thingy, keyboard reverb, keyboard widening, and keyboard bass. And then I have a vocal. I usually have other bass. It's named really other bass. And the other bass has the other things inside besides drums, bass, guitars, keyboards and vocals. So saxophones, blows, strings, whatever. I try to keep it like analog type thing, so if I go do live sound, I have those. I try to have those. It depends of the mixer, but I try to have those buses. So it's drum bass, bass bass, guitar bass, keyboard bass, other bass, vocal bass. So 6 groups of basses. Then I have vocals going to vocal bass. I have vocal reverb 1, vocal reverb 2, vocal slap, vocal eighth, vocal normal delay, vocal Doppler, vocal distortion. And guys noticed that we had 2 channels of vocals here, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 channels of vocals. So I've done a little bit things to the vocals. The reverb one is VSC FKG 480 Hall large plus stage. The other one is Verb Suit Classical, so to speak, VSC Vocal Heaven. Slap is a CL tape slap that I've modified it. The 8th note is CLA 8th note delay, what I've modified it. Then I have a delay throw, which I use H delay, it's really good. And Doppler to widening things. And then I have a distortion that I have a wave sibilance plugin, sans amps that I use also in drums, and EQ. Then I have a vocal bass, I have band bass and all bass. That means that if I mix somebody else's track and they give me raw mix, I don't want anything to be in the master fader, because then I can throw the raw mix they give me to the side, and I can go through my mix and then their mix through the master without affecting that. That's why I have vocal bass and band bass going to all bass and then to master fade. Now I have all the plugins turned off because I wanted you to see what I've done here. So if I now put this on, it should sound like the one that we just listened to the import edit, yeah. And it sounds like that. I really like the song, it's so cool song. It's really dry at your face. And if we take a look, I usually need to make, they come as a bunch when I bring the template in, so I need to put them into the place. So usually I have drums in drums, last is the bass. Bass are in the order after drums, and the bass, bass is the last one. Guitars and the bass, guitar, bass, so on. I do also the output side before I start to do anything, and I copy all the send. So basically I'm ready to go, ready to rock and roll straight on that. At the last I have the vocal bass, band bass and all bass at the end. Well, I've modified these now, but I have a pre-set up for the plugins when I bring them in tweak to some point. And of course now when it's full mix, when I'm opening it, I've been tweaked them, so I don't really know what I've tweaked them. But at the all bass and band bass, I don't really tweak so much because they usually sound good like that. But let's try to open it backwards. So I have the all bass here. First I have the virtual mix track here. I have a trimmer. I've lowered the dB 3 dB down, and then I have the virtual mix track mix push here, virtual mix bus here. And let's play. So it's lowering the level a little bit. Then I have an air EQ. I'm boosting low end earth 2 dBs, air 2 dBs, and then I have a I haven't touched this. I have a 2 dBs of 2K in the widest Q that I have, and it makes this. It clears it up. Then I have a virtual mix tape here. It gives a little bit more volume, I don't know why, but it sounds good. Then I have a linear phase multiband here. This I know I have tweaked, but it makes this, at this point it sounds like this. I've raised the middle high mid from 799 to 4750 dB and low end a little bit and threshold a little bit down. And this is adaptive multi-electronic mastering setup that I've started to tweak, so it's quick. Then after that I have the same multi-band compressor, but it's multi-opto mastering, so it's doing slower stuff. And here I have at least doing something in low mids, and with this too. Yes, sounds good. Volume is going up also because I've raised the volume to gain here. And then I have the, this is actually a free plugin, initial clipper. You have a saturation, positive and negative, input gain and threshold, just to be safe and safe side at the output side. So this is the clipper plugin in the end. And it's raising up the volume quite a bit. So with all those plugins off, it sounds like this. Oh. Volume raises, sounds good. Then I have the band pass here. I have a trimmer here. That usually is not in there, but I've put it there to lower the volume of all -7 dB. So it just lowers the volume. It affects, of course, in this side also, but then I have a widening plugin. It widens the stereo field S1 Imaginer on waves. Doesn't do much, but it still does. Then I have a Steven Slade compressor, CLA Rock. I don't remember if it's just the stock. I would think because there's the plus or the star here, it might tweak. Let's put it on. Now it's doing under -1 dB. I don't know when we are starting to put the plugins in the channels what happens, but after the compressor is Pultec, I've boosted lots of 60 Hz and a little bit of 3K. And this is usually what's in always, and I don't touch this. Gives so much nice low end to the overall things. And then I have a mix rack. Yeah, the virtual mix, same as here, because we are coming out of group or bus, so we are coming out of the inside another bus basically. Little bit lowering the volume, nothing drastic there. Then I have an EQ that doesn't usually be here, but I've done some tweaking. Looks like I've brought middle things up here and a little bit taken down to 4K. I think this is after middle part of the mixing session with all the plugins in a line, and I've raised stuff up. And last I have a violet EQ in the end of the band pass. basically giving a little bit low and a little bit high end. So that's the buses that I go through with the band without vocals. Let's jump here now to the drums. And let's put the drum bus on first. So I have a settings that I have a pull deck and I have the virtual mix rack, and I have these except the FG38A there. I have those in. I have some tweaks made there, but not drastic. Usually I have a lots of low end in the mix. I have now pull deck, I have lots of low end, but I've trimmed it down 6 dBs because it's raising the volume. Let's see when I put this on. First it sounds like this. Pull deck. Wow. Without. Let's lower the volume a little bit. Then the virtual mix rack. Well, the mix rack is, there's a lot happening there. First we have a transient designer. We have boosted, I have boosted transients 1.5 dB and sustain 1.5 dB. Then I have an API EQ. I have boosted 4 dBs of 10K, 2 dBs of 3K, and that's it. Then I have a custom series lift. I have lifted high end and low end. Then I have the FG3836A, which is really drastic high end boosting. I don't know what it is, EQ or what. Then I have the distressor, but it's doing a lot. Minus 10 dBs, but the mix is lower. It's like 5%, so it's not doing much in the mix, but it's there. These distressor settings are 3 to in, attack 5, release 1, so fairly slow attack, really quick release, 8 out, nuke setting, and low pass filter in gates, and then virtual mix track. Here you can see it's clipping here, but it's clipping yellow. That means that Pro Tools has a internal 32-bit floating point inside it. Even though you are using 24 bits like I'm using, it doesn't distort when you're inside the Pro Tools. Only when you go outside the Pro Tools. Then you need to be taking care of that. But I'm not really worried when it's yellow. That's why it's yellow. It's basically clipping, but they have headroom there, so it's not really clipping. Okay. Now we can start to jump into the bass group. So we have bass drums here, all 3. And it goes to the group, then it goes to the drum group, then it goes to the band group. And after that, all group. What I've done here, I have an EQ. I've done so much that 8K plus 2 dBs in a Q of 3. So I think I just wanted to do that. I have also the virtual mix rack that I have a distressor, FG36A, custom lift, and mix bus, and it's doing this. So I'm leveling just the bass drum a little bit. It's 6.4 in, it's distorting in input. Attack is lowest, release is fastest, output is 2, 6 to 1, and mix is 50. I think the FG36A is doing the heavy lifting on the high end. Yes. And now we can hear lots of bleed from the cymbals. So I'm using silencer plugging, so it's a gate, really nice made gate. I'm using that to get rid of the leakage. Oh my god, it's so clean. And then I have an EQ here in the first bass drum, the inside bass drum, and it's doing, what I'm doing. Cutting down 200 Hz, bringing up 13.36 kilohertz, bringing down 500, 600 Hz. Let's hear it by itself. Yeah, we're only doing basically the click there. Then I have a trigger here. I've just copied the, I think the inside mic and put it in the channel. And I have the trigger, and that comes with the template. I have always the, let's see, what are the names? AC kick, Jet 3 and Jet 1, and black kick Jet 1 engage. That's always in the template. And I have some pre-made, I have a gate there that it's 5 milliseconds, release 5 milliseconds, because I have the mix on full, so I don't need to leakage there. I've tuned it a little bit high. Sensitivities are here, and it's minus 15 dBs. And I've not put any other trigger sounds here that it's on my template, and I've boosted the black kick to get, I think, a little more click out of it. And let's listen to it first with the gigs that we had, and then the trigger. So we can hear it brings more ringing to the, or sound, the sustain to the sound. And it's still quite short, but still it brings a lot to the mix. And then I have put the black kick, so it doesn't, it's like always the same level. Then I have the other kick. It's the same kicks, but with the ambient microphone of that side. And I have just used the black kick SSDR. And together all the kicks sound like this. Yes, that's it. Let's jump to snares. First snare is the one that we have. And like I said in the one point that I'm drastically using the transient shaper usually, and here I've done it. I've copied the snare top mic, and I've named it snare top attack and sustain. Okay, so first I've done, let's see the snare bus. I have a virtual mix track here, and I have a mix bus, then I have an EQ and compressor. Now it's doing this. So we have 200 Hz boosted, cut for 800 Hz, 2K boosted, and just a little bit compressor. I think the compressor is doing more when we go further. Sustain is like an attack. What I'm doing, I'm bringing the attack of the snare forwards and cutting all the rest. Let's hear, this is the same thing without. Then I first have EQ here, and it's drastic. I've boosted 180 Hz, 9 dBs, cut 600 Hz, 5 dBs, and boosted 2.7K, 5 dBs, and it sounds like this. So I have to me what sounds this snares main points, so to speak. Without it, it's this. And also I have cut the high end and the low end off. Then I have this transient shaper, and there you can see we have attack 46%, sustain 71%, speed is 164. And with that it sounds like this. It brings every piece of the attack really forward. Also it's bringing up the bass drum a lot. But that's why we have the silencer there. Let's engage the silencer. Now we have only the attack of the snare drum. Then let's jump to the sustain part of the snare. Remember, it's the same mic, same snare. We have just copied that and making different things to it. Not triggering, not doing anything, it's the same thing. Just basically using the transient designer to save it. Again, we have the same mic. EQ. Oh. It's the same thing that we have the attack part, but the transient shaper is attack -70, sustain +100, and it sounds like this. We are just taking the sustain, the ringing of the snare drum, and bring it forward. So without the EQ, it's like this. With the EQ, because we have brought up the frequencies, it brings those ringings forward. And there always there's the leakage. Let's use silencer for that. Now we have only the sustain there. Then we have the basic snare with the silencer. That's it. So now we have the same mic, but doing different things. Attack, sustain, and normal. Let's hear them together. Without, it's quite lame now. Let's put the attack on. We have more, and then sustain, ringing, without the leakage, or a little bit leakage, but still. Then there we have the bottom mic. It sounded like this. We have the silencer. I love the silencer. It's really good. It cleans up so nicely, and there's nothing much to do. You just put it there and threshold it, and that's it. EQ. I've boosted the high end, cut the low from 100 and from 8K, and with all the two mics with two drastically made changes, it sounds like this. I like it. And now we have the compressor is doing more in the, it's doing -10 dBs in the bass. Yes. Now we have the trigger, and here I have the same AC snares as the bass drum, black snare, same kit, but I've put the green snare here as well. Let's hear how this sounds. By itself, nothing much. Basically, it's the green snare and then the black snare. It's giving it also sustain. With the normal mics, let's take the sustain away. The sustain is giving it nice. What the actual snare has. I love it. I tried to bring it forward. Then I have the other trigger, the same exact things, but with the ambient side of the miking, so it sounds like this. It's the room. With the trigger near mics, we have the smack, sustain of the room, and then we have the original mics. Now we have the bottom end, the sustain, we have used the trigger to lengthen the snare, because if you take the triggers off, it's really in your face and like boring, but with this it's coming forwards. With the bass drums, sounds quite nice.